Good morning. How the devil are you doing this fine day? Me? I'm officially at that point of the year when my body is starting to say, enough. I barely made it out of bed on Saturday and I did a 1 hour live show at 8 p.m. last night over on Instagram. That show was hosted by Andy Stevens, who's been on this show a couple of times in the past. I have to admit, it did make a very pleasant change to be a guest for once. You can still catch that show by going over to my Instagram story, where it'll be live for about another 12 hours or so. The problem, as is always the case with a nighttime show, is that I barely slept last night. Subjects like mental health, 0-hour contracts, and the way in which construction workers are often treated just refused to switch off in my troubled brain. However, I won't let that stop me, particularly as the much-needed Christmas break is now so close I can almost touch it. In keeping with that race to the finish line, my latest weekly column dropped first thing this morning, and it revisits a subject that we touched upon here on Friday, HVO fuel. It was lauded originally as the Great Green Hope, a sustainable stopgap until our electric and hydrogen dreams became a reality. But now, both Balfour Beatty and the Environment Agency have come out against the use of HVO. You can read that column using the link in the chat, which I'm just about to post, and you can have your say on the viability of HVO in our question of the day. So, without further ado, let me roll that question of the day, post the intro, other way around, roll the intro, post the question of the day, and get this show on the road. Welcome to the Breakfast Show. I'm your host, Mark Anthony. It is Monday, the 21st of November, and as that remarkably persistent guy just said, welcome to the Breakfast Show. I am your host, Mark Anthony. In today's show, China makes a belated bid for the World Cup, courtesy of XCMG. We're going electric with Case mini excavators. We're travelling back to Bauma in the company of Hyundai, and we're getting connected with Caterpillar. Plus, we're going to start the week with a big bang all the way from Italy. And we'll get to all of that in just a second. But first, let's see who among the rich and the shameless will be celebrating a birthday on this day of days. Happy birthday! It's many happy returns to French philosopher Voltaire. See, highbrow show this. It's also happy birthday to actress Goldie Hawn. Not so highbrow. To Icelandic pop star Björk, Blur bassist Alex James, cricketer Andy Caddick, and to wrestling twins Brie and Nikki Bella. Many happy returns to them, one and all. I realise we don't have too many football fans in the audience. Discovered that last week, which is sad because the schedule of this show will probably be dictated over the next month or so by the World Cup that kicked off in Qatar yesterday. So while I promise to keep the talk of the World Cup and to England's predictably dull contribution to an absolute minimum, I can't say the same for some equipment manufacturers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the season of XCMG World Cup. The audience has already lined up neatly. Players about to take the field. XC220EN is the offensive midfielder with robust power. XC220E is the sideback with high stability and mobility. LW600KVT25 is the striker with excellent off-road performance. XC968EV is the fullback with great reaction ability. XC760K is the wing forward with dribbling skill. XC350M is the center forward with longer grab range. XCA60E is the midfielder with strong pass ability.
Whistle! 220EN passes ball to 220E. 220E quickly passes ball to T25. His teammates XC968EV takes the pass steadily. Fantastic! Now XC760K nimbly takes his teammate's pass and does a mercy turn to prevent attacks. The ball goes back to 220EN, who catch the ball with a bucket. Cool! At this point, here comes XE350M. It takes the pass and lifts the ball into the air. The XCA60E catch the ball and start to make some movements. His extends its arm to the 40s and secures the ball on its hook. Bicycle fake! Finally, XCA60 passes the ball to T25. A wonderful shot! Scored a goal!
Midfielder and side back. I realise that the fine folks at XCMG are doing that, not in their native language, but I don't think they speak the language of football either. Right, let's stay on our travels. No, I tell you what, let's pause a while. I need to get my composure back after that. 1 second. Right, let's stay on our travels and let's head back to Germany, where, while those Messermunchen memories are still fresh in my mind. The Liebherr and the Wirtgen stands were massive. The Bobcat and the Wacker Neuson stands were incredibly busy, and the demonstrations by Komatsu and Doosan were mind-boggling and amazing in roughly equal measure. But there was also plenty to impress over at the Hyundai stand. I spent a bit of time on the Hyundai stand one way and another, and there was a huge amount of innovation on display. Obviously, the hydrogen-fueled excavator, the new ADT, and the electric mini excavator were the headline grabbers, but there was also a demolition spec wheel loader on show too. You don't get to see too many of those, all of which made the Hyundai stand a real key destination during Bauma 2022.
The Miller GT series heralds a new era of unrivaled power and cutting-edge intelligent coupler technology, increasing job site safety, machine versatility, and productivity. It's the added versatility that you need at the value you can afford. To find out more, visit millergroundbreaking.com.
One company that wasn't at Bauma was Case, but don't think for one moment that the company has stopped innovating.
Hello everyone, I'm Umberto Celestini, Case Mini Excavators Product Manager, and welcome to the walk around of our new range of mini excavators, Case D Series. CX15 EV. This is the first of the two fully electric models we have in our range. Its main dimensions, performances, comfort and care of details are equivalent to his sister model, CX14D. But of course, what makes it significantly different is the electrical propulsion and some very advanced technological features. Let's focus on this latter part. The electric motor is an internal permanent magnet type. It provides 16 kilowatts at 2800 RPM and works with three-phase alternating current. The machine is equipped with load-sensing hydraulic system and flow-sharing main control valve that, through fully electric controls allows the adjustability of each movement in addition to the selection of 3 different operating modes: Eco at 2400 rpm, Standard at 2600 rpm and Power at 2800 rpm. All of these settings are selectable on the onboard display, which allows to really suit CX-15 EV to the operating characteristics of each person using the machine. This model is equipped with a lithium-ion battery of 21.5 kilowatts of capacity, which can be recharged in 2 modalities. With the onboard 220 volts charger, and in this case 100% of recharge would take about 10 hours, or with an external 380 volts fast charger, offered as optional, which reduces dramatically the timing. 1 hour for 80% charge, 1.5 hours for 100% charge. We know very well that the first question customers have when speaking about electrical machines is autonomy. And this is even more important than cars, because our machines need to be productive and complete the assigned tasks day in and day out. Machine autonomy highly depends by the selected operating mode and can range between 4 and 8 hours. This means that CX-15 EV can work even under the severe load demanded by the power mode, be quickly recharged over lunch break, and still complete a full 8-hour shift. This is clearly the solution when job is required to be done in cities or countries with zero-emission governmental requirements, or in job sites where zero emissions are particularly important to preserve the health of the operators and neighbors, for example in small residential basements. With CX-15 EV, we believe that we are giving not just a tool to work in this job site, but a performing tool with adequate autonomy to get the job done.
Just occurred to me while watching that there will probably come a time when we no longer refer to an electric mini excavator, as there may not be an actual alternative. I'll probably have hung up my streamer hat by that time, but you never know. It's food for thought, isn't it? We're going to be staying in the future in just a second, but I do want to quickly throw this up on the screen. And we've just seen the Hyundai stand at Bauma. And our constant friend of the show, Peter Haddock of Concept with Media, says he had a good walk around the Hyundai Construction Equipment Europe hydrogen concept mark. Bauma, here is a link to the video. There is a link to the video. We've got one as well, but we haven't finished editing else. Peter Haddock, as ever, so much more on the ball than we are. But as I said, we are going to be staying in the future. If you'd like to go and check out the hydrogen machine from Hyundai, go and have a look at Concept with Media over on YouTube. But in the meantime, let me play this. As I've just said, there will soon come a time when diesel-fueled equipment will be spoken about in much the same way that we discussed the dodo and the woolly mammoth. There will also come a time when we will reminisce about a time when machines didn't speak to us and also to each other. And that day, apparently, is drawing ever closer.
CAT connectivity brings advanced asset management to the fingertips of customers and dealers, unlocking insights that assist them in getting the most value out of CAT equipment. With asset tracking through product-linked devices, asset and utilization data can be accessed through your CAT Asset Health Management application. There, users can gain a deeper understanding of their fleet's location, utilization, fault codes, and more, no matter where they are in the world. Through product-linked devices, users can also access important information about the health and condition of their assets. Customers partner with their local CAT dealer technicians to analyze equipment on-site or remotely to diagnose fault codes, analyze fluid sample reports, monitor asset conditions, and more. Through this analysis, CAT experts provide actionable recommendations for maintenance and repairs, or pinpoint opportunities for more efficient training, operations, or fleet management. With your Caterpillar applications and monthly fleet benchmarking reports, users can regularly stay up to date on the condition and efficiency of their business's valued assets. CAT provides direct line of sight to our dealers and customers so they can make better informed decisions and help exceed their business goals. Equipment works smarter with connectivity. Let's do the work.
Just a thought. If machines are talking amongst themselves, how will we know when they're talking about us or what they're saying? Brilliant. That's another sleepless night then.
Since the finance bill came into effect in April, the construction industry has seen a surge of fuel thefts. The rising cost of living has placed an additional risk of theft by employees and contractors, as well as opportunistic thieves. By using diesel dye and placing warnings of its use, you are sending a clear message that this is your fuel.
Just before we press on, here's another unseen side of CAT Product Link and all of their connected asset management tools. Gary Muirhead says, we recovered a stolen 20-ton CAT machine through CAT Product Link. Awesome stuff. Now, where are we? Oh, I lost track completely. Yeah, we're going to end today's show with a big bang. And this one comes all the way from Italy, courtesy of the team at Explosive Demolition Experts, Nitrex. Now, given that they're just dropping a towel, there is quite a bit of build-up to this, but it's great to see the preparation for an explosive event. And besides, with the nights now drawing in, a glimpse at some sunny Italian skies is very welcome at this time in the morning. So sit back, pour yourself a large espresso, and enjoy. Yeah, beautifully executed, and a hats off, I think, to the team at Nitrex on yet another job well done.
Sorry to interrupt the guy with the funny glasses, but if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button as it helps our channel. Or, better still, share this video with a friend or a colleague. Thank you. Right, back to Beardy.
Right, that pretty much... Let me try that again. That pretty much wraps up the main part of this morning's show. Just a couple of things before I do go. First of all, we have created a brand new playlist over on our YouTube channel, and it's dedicated to the conversations we have, or we've had rather, with some of the smartest people in the field of demolition and construction equipment. If you'd like to check that out, you can use the link I've just posted in the chat, or you can pop over to demolitionnews.com. I think it's probably the second story over there now. Go and take a look. There's some great viewing there, even though I'm not, well, probably because I'm not in any of it, but go and take a look if that's the kind of thing you're into. Also, just a very quick reminder, we'll be hosting our big pre-Christmas giveaway show on Wednesday evening this week. There's a huge amount of stuff up for grabs. In actual fact, I think we may have just landed some additional stuff because my son has now been through his Bauma bags. He doesn't rush these things. And I've got a few other bits and pieces we may be able to give away as well. Finally, a very quick word of warning. I won't be here on the 1st of December as I, along with Mr. Haddock, have been summoned to the world headquarters of JCB. They are finally going to talk to the trade press about all things hydrogen, which I have to say feels long overdue, but looking forward to going to do that. As a result, I'm going to be finishing our world premiere show with Caterpillar at about 7:30 on the evening of the 30th of November, and then driving north for Staffordshire ahead of an early start with the JCB team the following day. So hope my son's wide awake because he's going to be navigating. Between now and then, I'll do my best to compile a semi-live show to keep you all entertained during my enforced absence. All that being said, I'm going to roll the outro in just a second before leaping gazelle-like over into the chat to see what you're all saying today. If you can't stick around, then please stay safe. Look after yourself, your family, your friends, and your colleagues. Have a great day, and thanks for watching. But if you do have the time and the inclination, I'll see you immediately after this.